how the story unfolds, your journey, how you really started as an entrepreneur, how you look at the future, how you look at technological disruption, how you look at collaboration to grow in the future. So that's the thought which we want. So all over to you.
Okay, first things first, right? Since we are talking about success, let's try to understand what success means to people. Simply defined, success means the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. As humans, we all crave success. We all want to be successful, and we feel the sense of accomplishment that comes with it. We spend our lives chasing after money, after fame, education, relationships, and 1,000 other things, thinking that they will help us attain success. Success, in my opinion, is not when you triumphantly accomplish a goal that doesn't really resonate with you, or when you only accomplish something because the people around you said you should. True success is when you perfectly understand yourself, your needs and wants, and create specific goals to achieve them. Let me take you on a little journey into the world of, into a very warm world, into the world of Bollywood and Hollywood. Let me take you into the world of movies. I'm sure that that will wake a few of you up to agree with me when I say that we can draw so much of strength from some classic movies that inspire us on what steps you need to put in place to be successful. These are a few of my favorite movies because each of these movies gives out a very strong message and are excellent examples for entrepreneurs to learn from on how to be successful. The most important element of all such stories is that they give out very similar learnings. There are several movies that the corporate world today looks upon to gain insight in terms of management and leadership lessons. One such movie is a movie called Lagan. Vishal? Right, I'm sure you've all seen this movie. Lagan has been an iconic movie that tells us the story of a committed individual who changes the fortune of his village by inspiring a small group of people to believe in themselves and achieve success. The story tells us about the importance of risk taking, the importance of out of the box thinking for entrepreneurs. If you haven't seen this movie, I urge you to watch it, and this time with an eye on the leadership lessons for success. Vishal? The next story which I want to talk to you about is the story of Jerry Maguire. This is the story about starting over. It's about self-belief and it is about overcoming adversity. I really love the lessons that this movie has to offer. I also love some of the iconic lines from the movie, which has become a part of the standard business lexicon today. When Tom Cruise says, "Show me the money," or when he says, "Help me, help you," and of course, his favorite two words, which are mission statement. So the learnings are here. When he says, "No pain, no gain," or the movie teaches us that anything great in life takes time. The movie explains to us that how we need to be wildly enthusiastic about our work. And again, make the best of what you have. This is a very important point, make the best of what you have. And you'll find this repeating in most of the movies or most of the stories that are inspiring to us as entrepreneurs. Vishal. This movie, Queen, is a path-breaking movie that tells us the story of a simple girl who actually found herself. The learnings here are very important to us as entrepreneurs as well. One, you really won't realize what you're good at if you do not explore new things. It's very important. It is important for you to get out of your comfort zone. You should go out of your comfort zone. Sitting in your comfort zone all the while is not going to take you places. You're just going to be there. This movie tells us how you can explore your passion. We'll come to passion in a bit, but this is something very important. And again, make the best of the situation that you are in. Make the best of what you have. She goes out on a honeymoon by herself because she has been dished by her husband, by the husband who didn't want to marry her. So if you realize the learning for us from these stories, all the learning is almost similar. And these aren't just stories to inspire you. They actually offer valuable insight for us as entrepreneurs. Vishal? Let's get into a few steps or business rules that, in my opinion, will assist you as young entrepreneurs immensely to set up your business or to set yourself up for success. We spoke about this word earlier called passion. So I think that we as entrepreneurs need to find our passion and we should pursue it, right? So the obvious question here would be, how do you do it? How do you find out what you're passionate about and how do you pursue it? I want to tell you something that happened with me. When I joined my business 25 years ago, I had completed my MBA, and of course, my dad was my mentor and my guru. I still look up to him, as to what he would do if he was in my place. So he asked me, he told me, Ajay, great, now that you're back here, I want you to join the transport vertical of our business. After a few months, I realized that my heart was not really in that business. I couldn't see myself waking up every day and dragging myself to work. I realized that I wasn't passionate about this kind of work at all. Now, passion, in my opinion, is something that has to make you jump out of bed and raring to go to work. So it is important that you find what makes you do that. I found my passion with hospitality. I just love working with hotels, restaurants, cafes, bars. I love it. That's my passion. So I urge you to find your own passion and pursue it. The second point that you need to understand amongst the new business rules that are there for you to set yourself up for success is to find your niche. I want you to learn your niche. Once you determine what you're passionate about, find out what is it exactly that you're good at. That's your niche. That's what sets you apart. Third point is to internalize. Now, what this essentially means is to own it. If I wake you up in the middle of the night asking you about your niche, every molecule in your body has got to be expressing it. You've got to know your niche. You've got to internalize it. You've got to know it that well. You've got to own it. The fourth point over here that we will discuss is how to adapt and to improve. This is an adage that I borrowed from the round table. What this essentially says again is that once you own it, take a look at what the competition is doing. And if needed, tweak your idea and let it adapt to the changes that the industry or the market requires. Let me give you another example that we did. Once I knew what my niche was, I internalized it. I had to find that one differentiator for us as to what would make people take notice of us. And we found that the industry, the market there was a gap, entertainment gap in the small city industry. So we came up with a radical idea for a nightclub. Almost everybody whom I knew told me, Ajay, this is a bad idea. I don't think that you should do this. No hotels have a nightclub. But I went against it all because I trusted my gut, my feeling. I went against it and I set it up. We called it the Zebra Crossing. It was a place that was headlined on fun. Sure enough, we saw a lot of success with it, and inspired other entrepreneurs in other cities and other hotels to emulate the same idea as well. We kept adapting to the changing scenario, and wherever necessary, we improved upon our idea. So that's how we adapted and improved an idea. The fifth point, which I want you to pay attention to, please, is a point called benchmark. Now, benchmark is what? It's a standard or a point of reference. It's about taking inspiration from an existing successful idea. Okay, so I'm sure you've all heard of Amazon or Uber, right? These are two companies which are the absolute market leaders in their industry. Now, we have also heard of Flipkart and Ola. How big are these companies? I mean, they've really managed to scale to such great heights. But have you realized that the UX or the user experience of an Amazon and the user interface or the product features of an Amazon and Flipkart are strikingly similar? Or the user experience, the user interface, product features of an Uber are very similar to of an Ola are very similar to Uber. So, what have they done here? These companies have benchmarked. The point here is that as entrepreneurs, you've got to be smart enough and alert enough to identify gaps in the industry. Find out what product or service is missing. Either come up with a solution or draw inspiration from an existing solution that you can make better or provide at a lesser price point. That is what you should do. So benchmark. It's an important aspect for you to keep in mind. Sixth point, one of my favorite points always is find a mentor. This goes good especially for young entrepreneurs. Find a mentor, join a cohort group. Running a business requires a wide range of skills and expertise that you haven't likely mastered yet since you're a young entrepreneur. So you shouldn't try to make challenging business decisions on your own. So finding a mentor is a very, very important thing that any young entrepreneur can do. This will help you grow for sure. Do that. Point number 7 is network. And I really can't stress enough on the importance of networking. And developing professional and social contact is really crucial for us today. Reaching out vertically and horizontally will help you to spread awareness about your company and possibly find benefactors, mentors, and build upon your valuable assets. I have a question for all of you. How many of you are on social media? I'm sure all of us are on social media. But the question really is that how many of us are on LinkedIn? LinkedIn is the best platform for you to be on to network your business. So if you aren't on LinkedIn, make sure that you get onto LinkedIn. Send Dr. Samir and me, a request, and we'll be happy to connect with you. The 8th point and the last one, which I believe will get you going in showing you what you need to do to set up yourself for success, is to believe in yourself, to have a very strong self-belief. You need to back your abilities. The future, they say, it's a very popular adage, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So keep that in mind.